Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Torn from the Pages. We're back with episode 1. Maybe you caught the prologue that's on YouTube, but we are back now, and we've got our full group with us here tonight, so pretty excited about that. And we get into Candlekeep Mysteries, the first story that is in the book. And so we're going to start with a brief recap of what happened in episode 0, and then we'll get going. So the adventurers met each other last week. 3 of them did. Tanith, Artemisia, and Fennel met each other and helped out a very peculiar little girl. They were quite mistrustful of her, and perhaps with good reason, but they did end up helping her and her brother against some pesky animated toys. And the little girl at the end of the episode gave the characters a page that had been torn up. And she asked them to take it to Candlekeep to give to her mom, or to bring to her mom at Candlekeep Library. And then the characters afterwards, in their downtime, they got together in a tavern, probably sang some songs, maybe did a dance or two, and got to know each other. And they're now headed toward the Candlekeep Library, which is where we start off tonight's story. Everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
So once again, we have Jeb playing as Tanith, and we have Kenneth returning as Artemisia, and Jesse playing as Fen. And tonight we are joined also by May, who is playing as Nemesine, who the characters will meet very shortly. So you enter Candlekeep. It's a very what's the word? I really should have written it down. Imposing structure, high walls, high spires, etc. As you walk around, you notice many people walk around in cloaks and having philosophical discussions, many poring over books. You walk nearby and you're approached by a guard. And the guard says, ho there, travelers. Welcome to Candlekeep. What is it that you have to offer?
Well, I see. I suppose I would forget why I was there looking around, and I'd be startled by this imposing guard, and I'd be like, ugh, and I'd forget why I was there at all.
Oh yes, it's this page. I think
Yes.
Seems to have been torn from some book in the Candlekeep Library. We were asked to, bring it back to the library.
Yes, there is.
Literally nods an affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should speak to Sage Obayed. Sage Obayed is the one who is the keeper of the archive of incomplete volumes. And he will be able to tell you what needs to happen with this page. Sage Obayed should be in the main building there, straight ahead.
Oh, very good then. I think also we're looking for... Oh, forgive me. What was that child's mother's name?
Sophia?
Sophia, yes. Is there anyone by that name? We found her daughter, and she would like her mother to come home.
Well, if she is someone who frequents the library, then Sage Obiad would be familiar with her.
What should we look for locating Obayad? What does he look like?
He is usually near the front of the entrance. He should be fairly easy to find. He is an older gentleman, very wizened. I guess it's kind of ironic to mispronounce the word wizened. And he will be probably the one who greets you.
Fennel seems satisfied with that, and he's confident that he can just march anywhere and find him.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Oh, so on the map, that would be up the staircase, or would it be around the corner?
Oh, don't worry about the map
Like
just yet.
Okay.
This is right now. We're theater of the mind.
Theater of the mind.
That's right.
Okay, so I suppose I just blindly start walking in any direction that the reception pointed to.
Sure. So you find these large doors, but as you approach, they do open, double doors opening toward you, and you enter into this immense domed room, and you can see just thousands and thousands of books stacked on shelves that climb all the way up to the ceiling. Other than the infrequent cough, it's so quiet that you can hear the turning of pages from various corners of the library. You do notice a young tiefling searching in the stacks nearby. And you are approached by an elderly sage with a cloak and a nice sash, etc., around his shoulders. Welcome to Candlekeep. What is it that you have to offer?
How many people will ask us this question in Candlekeep?
Well, I should be the last, unless it is you have nothing to offer.
Well, we have these pages.
Oh,
Some
very
might say
curious.
they're torn.
Yes, very curious. Yes, we should. This is a page that has been missing from a volume for a long time. We should see what we can do here. And he calls over the tiefling page to come. Nemesis. He calls you over.
I'm not paying attention. I'm very, very focused on whatever book I'm trying to get on the shelf.
Okay, and you'll have to excuse me. She is a very good worker, but maybe sometimes a little not focused enough. And so he walks over to Nemesis and kind of, Nemesis,
Perhaps.
there's something you need to come see, please.
Nemesis visibly jumps and she's like, "Huh? What? What do you want?"
Come, child. He's
Something
old,
I need
I
better.
tell you, I am 25. I'm not a child anymore.
but he's old enough he can call anyone. He calls, people 5 years younger a child. He's maybe a little bit arrogant, too.
I roll my eyes at him.
I whispered to whoever's standing beside me, said, "Who would have figured that a place that is basically a fortress library would be filled with introverts who are awkward.
Yes.
Never.
Indeed.
And so he calls Nemesis over, and he comes back to meet the four of you now. I recognize this page. It is hard to discern the script on it. As you can see, it is torn, and much of it is missing. But upon study, I believe we should be able to determine what it is from. I believe it's from a book called The Joy of Extradimensional Spaces.
Sounds promising.
That book was checked out just this morning to a study. A sage named Betrayus had taken it out. He took it to a study. Perhaps we'll go check with him. Come, follow me, says Sage Obayed.
Do you happen to know if anyone by the name of Sophia frequents this library?
Yes, Sophie. She was just here not too long ago. You're having one of those, like a GTA conversation that as you go from one place to another, you're talking. So this is while you're walking down the halls. Yes, Sophie does come here every now and then. She has been studying some very curious magics.
Does she take any time to read any books on child rearing?
She's usually...
Shots fired.
Yeah, no doubt.
No kidding.
She is usually concerned with other matters, but...
Where? We ran into a child claiming to be hers, and she would like her mother to come home.
Well, if I see her, I will definitely let her know. But come, we are at the study. Your mistress should be inside. Sage Obayed opens the door. You see a sparsely decorated room. Not that many books on the shelf. And there's a book stand with a book that is open. But you do not see any other person. There is no one in here who, therefore, no Matreus.
Fen asks Obayad if the book over there is the Boy of Extraterrestrial Species.
The Joy of... no, that's a different book.
Is that actually like canon within the D&D universe?
This book is The Joy of Extradimensional Spaces.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's what I said, right? Fen is really concentrated. He thought he said what you said.
Artemisia just shakes her head.
I'm unfamiliar. If you come across a book, please bring it in, and we would be happy to add it to our collection. But this is somewhat worrying, as Matreus is not here. Perhaps there's something going on here.
Does Nemesis know who Matreus is?
You would have, yes, you would have seen him around. He would be an acquaintance from being in the library.
And what kind of dude is this guy?
An older human, somewhat spacey, a little bit, but studious.
Eccentric?
Pardon?
Okay.
Sure, eccentric. That's a good word. Yeah.
All right. Well, knowing him, he's probably wandered to the bathroom and couldn't find his way back. He's a little bit.
Perhaps, but I don't think anyone has seen him since coming in this morning. Obayed goes over to the book stand itself, and he turns to the page that you have the other piece of. Bring the page here, he says.
Who has the page? And
Oh.
I kind of pat around like, I have the page.
There it is.
Okay. He, has opened the book to that page. He puts it in, and he starts to look at it. Yes, come see, he says. Come look.
I stand on tippy toes to kind of look at over the edge of the table.
True, yeah, the book stand is a little too tall for Fen. Maybe for Artemisia, too, actually.
Probably, considering that I am a forest gnome.
Right. Nemesine, you would be somewhat interested in this, as it does obviously pertain to Arcana, etc.
Pertains to Arcana, my
Pardon
character
me?
would be interested too. I was going to say, if it pertains to Arcana, then my character would be interested too.
Yes, that's true.
Because
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
desert.
I'll
Whereas,
give you a boost.
whereas Fen might be kind of feigning interest a little bit. I'm not sure. Where he's kind of like just wanting to be part of the group.
Everything's weird and interesting and new. I love it.
I'm probably paying more attention to the craftsmanship of the book than what's actually written in it. So I'm like, nice cover, really good bindings,
Okay,
nice leather.
so Tanith, you do notice that the cover is a finely decorated cover of gold filigree. There's a bust of a somewhat imposing face on the cover as well. That does not look overly happy.
Why would a book about the joy of extra-dimensional spaces have such a dour-looking fellow on the book?
That is a good question. Perhaps the author wanted to portray a certain emotion, but I'm not overly familiar with this book. But we do have a complete page here now. This is a fantastic find that you should bring this in, and somewhat serendipitous that you should bring it in on the day that Matthias has disappeared while looking at it. You do see that the 2 pages now, or the page that you've brought that connects, there's a lot of scrawling, ink blots, etc. It's almost like this page was added in later into the book. I need you all to roll intelligence.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Let me know
rolled-
any bonuses that you have.
I get plus 3
14.
for intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
First roll ever in this game, I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Foreshadowing.
That's hopefully
That
that's
would
not a
make it
sign of
3.
things to come.
For
I can't
me,
believe the barbarian is doing a good roll here.
What do you
the rest
get?
of the group. I got a 13. I got a 14 minus 1.
okay.
So
I got
a 13.
16 plus 3, so 19.
Perfect.
I'm just
That's
real
nice.
distracted. It's fine. I'm looking at something.
I
Totally,
rolled
yeah.
a 5, so that's 2 plus 3.
Okay. Okay, so you do, I think it was Fen then, unless Tanith, what did you roll?
16 plus 3,
Oh,
so
okay,
19.
so-
19?
Tanith, you
Yeah.
see that amidst all the scrawlings and etc. and words that are almost indecipherable, you do see one word that stands out on the page. That is the word scepter.
Did you guys notice this? Just the way the word scepter is just kind of standing out from the other text.
And upon saying the word scepter, a bright, swirling, yet noiseless portal opens. And Sage Albiad is somewhat taken aback by this. In this room, all of a sudden this circular portal has opened that seems to connect with the book. I do not know what is this, but I believe you have just opened a portal to, I guess the book the title makes sense now, an extra-dimensional space.
I'm not sure. The book mentioned joy. I'm feeling nothing but anxiety and confusion.
Yes, same here.
Agreed.
Yes.
Fen says, I have no idea what's going on.
This is most curious. I'm not quite sure why this would happen now. I'm sure this book has been looked at many times, and he looks at Nemesis, and Nemesis, have you ever interacted with this book before?
Never in my life. And you know it is forbidden to touch other books that people have checked out. Maybe this is consequence. You know, other monks are saying, don't touch it if it's not yours. And now we have this. I'm just saying it's like
but
correlation, perhaps.
Perhaps, but Nemesis, have you learned to control your magic yet? Perhaps you are the trigger.
Are you saying this is my fault?
Maybe fault is too negative of a word. Perhaps this is your opportunity.
I don't believe you for a second, but I did not try to do this. It's not no longer me.
Whether it was
Fen thinks that if she didn't think she had anything to do with it, that maybe he had something to do with it, and
yeah,
he's
maybe
like
it's
backing
the little
away.
guy.
I didn't do anything.
He's very confused and a little bit taken aback and quite surprised. Perhaps though you are being invited. Perhaps this is where Matreus has gone, and maybe you can bring him back.
Or maybe Atreus is, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but potentially gone. I mean, that portal could go anywhere. It might not even go to somewhere on this plane of existence. It could go to somewhere where we could die instantly.
Are we sure he didn't just go to the bathroom? Like,
we could have, some homunculi check the washroom, sure.
like you're making this portal thing sound very scary, and I'm not sure I want to go.
Don't be scared. I'll tell you a little bit about this book. You see, it was brought in not too long ago by a mage named Festandia. She had made a deal with a powerful mage to set up a mansion of her own in an extra-dimensional space, somewhere she could go to study and to be on her own. I believe we have just found the portal to her mansion. It should be quite a luxurious place.
Fen is confused.
Should be.
He says, how can there be a whole mansion, and he's pointing at that book, in that Roy of Extadical Cases? How? You got some explaining to do, sir.
What is this? A mansion for ants?
As you can see, it is magic. It is not necessarily to be understood by everybody, but
perhaps it is.
Somehow the four of you have opened this portal.
Well, you were here too. Over in that section of the library, actually, there's some books on leadership. Chapter 1 is Taking Responsibility. Have you read it?
Oh, talk about a shot across the bow.
I mean, it's
I
the
need
five
to
of
step
us.
away from
Right?
it.
Yes,
I nod at you in approval. Like,
I will look
I take
into
a step away from
those.
him.
Go ahead and do an insight check if you want to. This is a very mistrustful group.
I'm not sure we can trust this guy. I would feel better if I knew for a fact where this portal goes to. Do we have access to any kind of divination magic that could help us determine that?
I don't know, do you?
nope.
You say it goes to a mansion and it's very luxurious and nice, but from what I know about people who have very nice, luxurious mansions, is that they don't like guests who show up unannounced. And they probably have guards that are a lot better armed and perhaps a lot more aggressive than the ones we encountered trying to come to Candlekeep.
That is possible,
Finn is
yes.
calling Obiat. Finn is calling his bluff. He's like, so you can go into a mansion that is that book. How? How?
You can,
Do
yes.
do I step on the book?
Well, you
I-
can. He motions toward the portal that is there, and it's swirling and purpley lights.
He looks
and
at this
stuff.
like he hasn't actually seen it yet, and is like, well, look at that. And he kind of just like puts his head in it. What happens?
He puts his head in it. Well, you see before you a void, purple, indigo kind of swirling lights, and you see a long, large, and impressive mansion in front of you with double doors not that far ahead of you.
So, and I can take my head out of the void.
Yeah.
And I poke around and I say, he's not kidding. It's right there. It's like you go inside and there's an inside and inside the inside.
Insideception.
How many layers of recursion does this thing have?
Were there the guards at the arm that are more well armed than us? Did you see any of those with like the pointy sticks or whatever?
I'm going to do, I suppose, a perception check on the quick little glance I did.
Sure.
I got a 18.
You didn't see any guards. You didn't see anything that would be somewhat alarming.
I say the coast is clear. I'm going.
Wait, Finn!
Okay, and Fen steps in, and Fen is out of the room. He's no longer in the study with the rest of you.
Man, this halfling wanderlust thing is real.
Amisha just shakes her head. Do we follow him? Does anyone want to follow him? Because I certainly don't. If the group goes, I go.
I mean, the portal didn't close. I asked Obadiah, is his name?
Obayed.
Obayed. How? What happens if this portal closes? Like, we could get stuck on the other side.
Well, Festandy herself had used this mansion. She was able to come and go as she pleased, and so there must be a way.
Why wouldn't the other fellow who disappeared come back then?
That is a good question, and perhaps you can find out.
Or perhaps we'll also not come back and no one will know why.
Well, that is not what I hope for.
I know you wish the best, and optimism has its place, but so does caution.
Yes, I understand that. But I believe your compatriot is now in there and might be curious as to where you are.
Poor Fenn's just on the other side, like, where are you?
Am I able to see the portal from where I am? Or is that, are they? Am I able to connect once they meet with me?
Right now, you're not. Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
Right. Yeah. I'll be MIA until
That's right.
anything until further notice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you know where the location of this mansion is, like geographically or on a map? It would be somewhat comforting to know where we're going to end up. If you could even show us on a map or tell us what region we'd be in.
Well, Festanda's mansion is in its own dimension.
Oh, that is the opposite of comforting.
So it cannot be found on any map. It apparently is found through this book, and you have found it.
So do we take the book with us? Is that how we can ensure that we can open up a portal to get back? That's really my worry here and why I wanted to know where we were going to end up. If the portal closed, is it a 100-mile walk back or a 1,000-mile walk back, or apparently on a completely different dimension and we're not coming back?
As I said before, Fistandi herself has used this portal many times. And so I do know that you can come back from it.
But we don't have control of the portal. She does. So we are at the whim of a stranger we've never met.
Yes, that is possibly alarming. And you do seem to be a very overly cautious group of adventurers. Unlike the halfling that
Yeah. Jump into an extra-dimensional portal, won't you?
I'm just trying to role play here. I see how everyone else is trying to role play too, but I mean, I'm not stacked for caution.
I would argue that we are doing so with rather more caution than you are.
I suppose I am a man of faith, so and in some circumstances I must believe that what's happening is part of what the gods have planned for us, and I am going to worry about Fenn if he doesn't come back. So I'm not expecting either of you to follow me. It's your own decision, but I put my fate in the gods' hands now, and I walk into the portal.
Okay, so Tanith walks through the portal, and Artemisia and Nemesis, you see him, enveloped into the portal.
Is it possible to poke my head back and go, "It's good, guys"?
You try to do so, and no, you cannot.
Okay.
But you do see Fenn, and there are two doors, a double set of doors that are open now for you into this mansion.
Well, Fenn, we're a long ways from home.
Artemisia and Nemesis, what do you do?
Artemisia is not a woman of faith, but she is a woman of the group. Oh, I hate to cite a Q slogan here, but where we go one, we go all, so I follow everyone in there. Here you go.
Yeah, this is not sponsored or affiliated with QAnon in any way
Yes,
whatsoever.
just so that's clear. But Unfortunately, it rather nicely encapsulates the spirit of
Sure.
Artemisia's thinking.
Unless that gets us viewers, then maybe.
Trust me, they're not the sort of viewers you
No,
want.
that's true. That's true. Obaya looks at Nemesine, and Nemesine, I understand you have just met these adventurers, but I do believe you have a part to play here.
I don't know about that. I mean, I have work to do here, and got to sort some books and get some other books, and get the wax of all the candles, and like polish all the desks. And she's like kind of inching away. Busy.
Yes, all those things will be still here and for many, many years, but I believe you are the reason why that portal is open.
What would give you that idea? You told me no magic in the library. I'm not doing magic in the library. I haven't burned something down in she counts on her fingers, like a whole week. It's been fine.
Yes.
There's like a counter at the front of the library, like no
reassuring.
accidents in 0 days.
That's what I'm picturing, like this many days since fire.
Last incident.
Yes, then
It has her photo next to it.
Yeah.
we're employee Vandal of the Week or something.
Yeah.
It's all Nemesine.
Perhaps this will be good for you to experience life outside of the library and perhaps gain some experience outside the library.
That's I don't. Do you even know me? I'm good.
I know you were brought up. You were
Digger
brought up here in the library, but there are adventurers there waiting.
Okay, I will do this for you on 2 conditions.
Okay.
1, I want to be promoted from page to acolyte officially. It's been long enough. And 2, I want a bigger room.
I will do my best I will speak to human resources about that.
Library HR.
Yeah.
And if I burn anything down, it is on you. This is your fault. And she'll just give him the eyes and walk
Sure.
through the portal.
Yeah. Okay. So you walk through?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we can switch to this. So the 4 of you, Fen and Tanith, you've been actually there for quite some time. Or what feels like quite some time. You enter a foyer into of this mansion, a long hallway stretching east to west, a staircase. There are several doors along the hallway. On the north side of the hall, there's 4 doors to your left or west. 3 doors to your east. But you are greeted by an elderly gentleman who is walking around a little bit confused and, whoa, you came through the portal too, didn't you?
I say, you came through the portal? Wasn't that a fun trip? I wish I could do that again, but it won't work the same way.
Oh, yes, I know. I have tried, but I'm not exactly. How long have I been here?
Are you asking me?
It's been 10 years on our side. How long has it been for you?
I look at him and I'm like, what?
How do I do a bluff check? What's that called? Is that
Insight? That'd be insight.
Deception.
Deception?
Deception,
Okay,
yeah. If you want to.
I mean, I'm not really trying to fool him. I'm just trying to make a joke, but still, I want to see. 14 minus 1, 13.
13. Well, and he's like, 10 years? It has felt like a long time, but not quite that long.
Artemisia decides to play along with it and says, time perhaps passes differently here.
Perhaps it does. I have heard of such a thing. Forgive me, my name is Matreus, and do you own this mansion?
Of course.
Oh, it is very strange and interesting. Many interesting things here. Perhaps I can accompany you, and we can work together to find a way out. And
Okay, so if I stumble through the portal and see Matreus, and we're like, oh, good, he's here. Now we can go back.
okay, so
Problem solved.
you turn around and you cannot open the door. The door is closed.
Oh, good.
Who could have foreseen?
Matreus says, "Yes, I've tried that too. There's some other trick here. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Some way of leaving."
Yes, or maybe a different portal. This is a one-way portal that brings us here, and there's another one-way portal somewhere else that will bring us back.
Yes, there are many interesting secrets here in this mansion, and I would love to take some things back to Candlekeep. That was where I was. It's been so long. And he holds up this little statuette that he has. See, I found this statuette. It is, made with a smooth black material. Probably some sort of stone or something. I would like to take this back and to study it. But perhaps we will go talk maybe in the study or somewhere else. Come follow me, he says. He walks past you.
I follow.
And he stands at a door here at the end. Come!
I'm just right on his tail. I don't... No suspicion.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
At this point in time, we don't know where we are, and we don't know how to get back, so probably splitting up is the wrong thing to do.
Yes, most likely.
Yep.
So does Artemisia stand at the door there, or does she come with us?
She goes with them.
Okay.
Remember what I said earlier. Artemisia, as a character trait, places high value on group solidarity and group cohesion.
Okay, nice. Matreus, yes, come into the study here. He opens the door, and the door immediately closes behind him, and you hear him, "Ah!"
Matreus just being Matreus.
What a
Wow, what happened? And
He's
of
just like,
course,
what's going on here?
Fen being Fen, he goes right in.
Okay.
What's going on?
Sorry, just a sec.
All right. Well, should I randomly follow Fan again or not?
Oh, where'd he go?
Let me describe the room to you. Tall shelves filled with books line the walls of this room. 2 more shelves run through the middle of the room with a 10-foot wide aisle between them. Several stacks of books are piled high throughout the room. There are small reading desks with cozy scarlet chairs in the corners.
I'll take a step in. I'm curious what's going on in here. Oh my God! I say really, really loudly.
I was following a little ways behind, and now I'm backing up.
And
Artemisia backs up as well.
Fen and Tanith, you notice that there is no Matreus in that room.
This book was my favorite as a child. I never thought I would find a copy again.
Wait, there are books in there? All right, I'm in.
Okay, yeah, there are several stacks of books. Books about arcana, natural science, religion, astrology, planar travel, as well as volumes of poetry, mythology, and folk tales.
So I think we should pocket this planar travel one.
That might be a good idea.
I'm busy really concerned, like I'm looking for any man-sized doors or
Okay.
trap doors in the floor. I'm looking under the tables, and I just don't know what happened to this old man. I am befuddled.
Yes.
Good
Can
word.
Artemisia roll for investigation just to see if she can determine what went on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nat 1, so that's 4.
That one, yeah, you really have no idea. It's almost like you've forgotten where you are.
Oh, jeez.
But there are lots of different books all over the room. So go ahead and tell me what you do here.
I look at the books and see if there might be anything that is relevant to our quests.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything about planar travel or how to get back home, or maybe something that describes the plane we're on now so we can learn more about it. Or, of course, anything to do with crafting, because that's my thing.
Okay. Can all of you roll perception, please?
What's my perception modifier? +1.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys see my
6.
rolls? Like, I'm
No.
rolling everything in Owlbear Rodeo. I just don't know if you guys can see it or not.
No.
Yeah, I can't
I
see
got
it. I got
16.
a 6.
Oh, I rolled a
16 for
nat
Fang.
20.
If you want to
Okay.
share your dice rolls, at the bottom of the toolkit for the dice roll, there's a globe.
Yeah.
Click it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'll do.
So
Honor system.
Tanith and Fen, where you are, you notice a book that is quite different from all the rest. Whereas all the rest have, long drawn out titles, etc. You find a book simply on the spine with just the letter R on the spine.
Always my favorite letter.
The book on R. Where's the rest of the alphabet?
I open up the page. I just kind of take the book and thumb through it and open it up. Page.
And as far as you can see, it's really just like gobbledygook.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I just have to turn some lights on. My apartment's getting dark.
Sure. So yes.
So when I learned that it's gobbledygook, I become more interested than it ever could have with magic. I just think that's outrageously silly, and I love it.
Yeah. Any of the rest of you look around other places?
I would like to look for like theoretical magical theory essentially on like how to cast spells. I like a sorcery for dummies book, please.
You do find many books about casting spells, etc., but never seen or to any of you really. These books seem fairly beyond your ability, beyond your scope, as if these were the books of a very learned magician.
So are they in a language we understand? It's just that the material is too complicated, or are they literally written in a language we can't understand?
The material is too complicated. That'd be more.
I look for something that might be considered a cookbook.
Yeah, you do find one book. Oh,
I don't know if that's
maybe
cooking, really.
this will help us to get a D&D sponsorship. You find
Maybe.
the D&D Heroes Feast book now available.
Yeah.
Heroes Feasts?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can start then we can start moving up in the world.
It's a book that came out at Christmas. Available at your friendly local game store.
Indeed.
Nice.
Let's see.
I put that in my bag. I steal it.
There you go. Nemesine in the corner. You do find a letter opener with a jewel on it. Looks like it could be of value.
It's a shiny knife.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pick it up
Okay.
and just like kind of get it to like reflect the light. It's kind of fun. I'm
Okay.
like making rainbows on the wall.
Fond of shiny objects, are you?
So as the three of you are busy looking at things, you do not notice that the bookshelf that Tanith and Fen are standing at starts to fall over toward them. Fen and
Oh,
Tanith needs to do a dexterity saving throw.
Wow, wow.
Oh, no.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah.
Do I need
I
to do
got
a
a
dexterity
19.
saving throw as well?
What did Fen roll?
19.
Yes, he.
19. So Fen manages to jump out of the way. Tanith, however, is crushed underneath
Oh,
this
Oh, no.
tall stack of books.
Which they make for new character.
And the other three are just like, see ya, buddy.
What an utterly ignominious
That
fate.
guy was
Being
kind of
crushed by a
nice.
bookshelf and
Bad
being
about him.
So
Fen immediately tries to lift the bookcase off of.
yes, but as you are distracted in doing so, you notice that the reason why that happened is behind that bookcase, a fairly large stack of books has kind of come to life in human form, as these books are
Oh dear.
flapping and closing and
Oh,
opening
dear.
and stuff, and starting to march towards you aggressively.
Oh, so are these like mimics only with books instead of treasure cases?
Let us.
Or is it
roll
like a
for
Libra
initiative.
golem?
Demoscene has
dear.
had this nightmare many times.
Roll
She's
for
like
initiative.
pinching herself. Oh god. What's my initiative? Okay.
So we're all rolling for initiative then.
We are.
Oh,
Yay.
oh no!
Oh no.
Natural
Oh
one.
no!
I've been called a voracious reader before. I guess this time it's the books that will be eating me.
And
Yeah.
Fen has a 14.
What did Artemisia get?
10.
And Tanith?
9.
Okay. So
I'm
Nemesine,
just
you
rolling
definitely get
terribly in this game.
Nemesine gets to go first. You, because you have another bookshelf between you and it, you've just heard this loud bang and books falling off the shelf. But amazingly, you're kind of the quickest on the draw here.
Okay.
Help me up under the shelf.
Okay, so I'm gonna like peek my head around the corner and like get a look at this thing. And then immediately panic and then go back behind the bookcase and like clutch the little knife. And just like okay. Then I'm gonna attempt to cast Firebolt. So I have to roll under 25 to see if that's the one I cast, right? That's what we
Okay,
decided.
that's right. Yeah, so for anyone watching, Nemesine is, we're taking the wild magic sorcerer and like ramping it up a bunch. She has to roll to see if she actually casts the one she wants to cast, and if not, other things happen.
We're going with not this time, apparently.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so you hold out your hands to cast the firebolt, but as much as you try, nothing comes out of your hands. Is that correct? Or do we roll on the table now?
The oops table.
Remember. Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta go back and find out. I can't remember what we think. I think it was
Remember,
So-
this stream is brought to you by Heroes Feast.
okay, here we go. 86. I cast Mirror Image. I cast 3 illusionary duplicates of myself. So until the spell ends, the duplicates move with me and mimic my actions. Interesting.
Okay.
And they just like shift around me so that you can't determine which one's actually me. But I'm not moving. I'm just sitting behind the bookcase. Going,
Okay, so
not again.
There are now 4 Nemesines in the room there with you all.
Oh shit.
And who knows which one is real? Is
true.
that everything you want to do on your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Then we go to Fen.
So Fen still sees his friend stuck under the bookcase currently, right?
Yeah.
But he also sees this weird book monster. He sees someone who he's quickly considering, if not a teammate, an outright friend, in danger, and it breaks a nerve with him, and he enters his rage as a bonus action, and moves right beside the mom's door and strikes him with his reckless attack. So both of us get advantage on each other in attacks.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So with my advantage,
Fen is kind of a fairly chipper, happy-go-lucky guy. All of a sudden is overcome by this. It's rage, for lack of a synonym.
Yeah, if a hobbit turned into the Hulk somewhere.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so luckily I have my advantage because my first roll was 2, but my second was 16.
Okay, that's
plus
a hit.
16. It was a big thing because that was just my roll, not my proficiency and attack and everything. So it hits. I'm hitting him with my quarterstaff. I'm just like taking a big, strong, over the head kind of chop at him with my quarterstaff, and that's going to be 8 damage.
Okay, 8 damage. And so as you swing the quarterstaff, you kind of well up, and a few pages of this creature kind of separates, and as they do, they almost they kind of evaporate in the air as they separate from the main bulk of the monster. The creature is next, and it will attack Fen. What is Fen's AC again?
He has 16.
Okay, so it hits as these books kind of fly at Fen. And so it wallops Fen with a fairly heavy book, probably like an encyclopedia of some kind.
Oh.
And it hits you for
A through M, I'm assuming. Yeah.
It hits you with 5 damage.
Oof.
But you have resistance, so you take only 2.
3? 2.
I think you round down.
Hey, I'll take that.
I'm pretty sure you round down.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
During my rage, I'm resistant. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so we'll move on to Artemisia.
Okay, now it's Firebolt time. Because, books. So it's +5 mod. Come on. Oh, nat 20! So that's 25.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So, if you remember from last time, the way I like to do nat 20s is you still roll one, and then we just add the max damage of one of the die.
Okay, so the max damage for this is 10. So I will roll another d10. And that is a 2. So that's 12 damage in total.
Okay. And yeah, with that, several books kind of go up in flames, and you can see the ash and stuff start to break away from the book. It is Tanith's turn. Tanith, right now you are underneath a bookshelf.
Yes. So how do I have free arms or anything? Or
No, you are definitely caught under there. You need to do an athletics check to see if you get out.
Okay, I cannot get myself out. Is what this sounds like. Unless I could get lucky here. Oh my God! Yeah. So 17 plus 0 is 17.
Okay, so with that, Tanith pushes the bookshelf off of him and emerges from this pile of books. However, that is your turn
Yeah.
to get out. You could move, though, actually, because that was your action. So you can still move if you want to.
If I move, am I gonna provoke an attack of opportunity? Is that a fifth ed thing? Sorry.
Yeah, if you move out of its melee range.
Okay, I probably don't want to do that then. If I'm in its melee range, I guess once I free myself from there, I can use a move to draw my Warhammer.
You wouldn't have to use an action for that.
Oh, okay, okay.
But move just means like to move your as opposed to move.
I think I'm done then. Yeah. Well, I guess once I free myself, like I take out my Warhammer and my shield, and I go, okay.
Okay. Nemesthine.
Okay. Well, that didn't work, and now there's 4 of me.
And how long did that last?
Mirror image, 1 minute.
Okay. So only 6 seconds have passed.
Yeah. There's just 4 of me now. That's fine. Okay. So, well, crap. So I will peek out again, and then I will look at this little knife in my hand, and I'll look at the thing. Yeah. Just chuck it.
Okay. So do a ranged dexterity attack.
This is fine. This will go swimmingly.
I believe in you.
6.
Pardon me?
6.
6. You throw the letter opener, and it kind of it bounces off one of the books and flies over into the corner.
All 4 versions of Nemesthine just go.
They all slap each other upside the head.
Yeah, just like down the line.
Okay, Fen.
Let's see here. I don't think I'll move. I'll just do another attack. My reckless attack. And they're both 8, so that's 8, 9, 10, that's 12.
Okay, and that does hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that will be... That's 12 damage.
Okay, and with that mighty swing, the books kind of collapse to the floor. Pages almost disappear, and it comes to a rest down on the ground.
I huff and puff, and I'm like looking at it, like, is it done? Is it gonna inanimate objects? Who knows, right? It could just do its thing again. And I'm looking at everyone else for like reassurance of like this is done.
I'll duck my head, well, all four heads, I guess, around the side. Like they're stacked around the side of the bookcase. Like, is it dead? Is it over? Are we good?
I test and I poke it with my quarterstaff.
Yeah, and there's no sign of life or anything.
I put my quarterstaff up against the wall and I kind of like root through the books, looking at what kind of books these might have been.
Yeah, so whereas the other books on the shelves at least had, words that, although, somewhat nonsensical, but they were at least words that you understood. These books, the ink almost is kind of, looks more like veins on the page, etc. And it's almost like the books were alive.
Dun dun dun.
I wipe my hands on my my vest.
Can I make like a I don't know if it's Arcana or history or something to see if I've read anything about this happening before? I know I've had nightmares about the books coming to life and eating me.
Go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Arcana, okay. Wow, I have bad rolls. That's an 8.
Okay.
Owlbear
yeah.
doesn't like me.
You're not quite sure what the origin of something like this would be. Artemisia might be more familiar, actually, or Tanith might be more familiar with the concept of a construct that somehow, and it almost reminds you a little bit of Fen, Artemisia, and Tanith, of the clockwork toys that you encountered in the toy shop. How these normally inanimate things have life.
Could be created by the same person, even.
So Finn's rage would come to an end.
Yeah. I kind of like calm down and I kind of adjust my clothes in a way that I try to pass it off as like nothing happened, and I kind of look around and kind of like look at my shoes bashfully, and I try to change the topic, and I say, "So where's that old dude?"
That is a good question. Eaten by a book?
Maybe he was the book. Dun dun dun.
Don't say that. I killed it.
Well, he's not in this room. I think that much is a fact. Maybe we should continue exploring this place?
Do we have to?
My desire to, or my habit of not thinking magically refuses to think that he can be anywhere other than in this room. But the fact staring him in the face that he isn't in the room kind of makes me give up that fight and agree to follow out the room too.
From what I've heard about other dimensions or planes of existence, they could have completely different physical rules that reality works on. So he could be somewhere else, even though he went in this room and never left.
But what?
I play with my chin and I say, "Ah, yes," but he doesn't get anything.
He just wants to be seen as someone who does.
Quite.
Right. Indubitably.
What do you think, Artemisia? You're also someone who's well read and knows the arcane.
Yep. What I roll for in this instance?
I guess perception? Like you're trying to see what you notice in the room?
Okay, I'll roll for perception then. +1 modifier. And that is a 16.
Okay. Well, you definitely don't see any evidence of Matreus in this room. If you remember that he was carrying a little statuette, you don't see that statuette anywhere. It's not on the floor or anything like that. You do recall that when he entered the room, the door slammed shut right away, and he is not there.
He could have even walked into a different room. I mean, for all we know, with the loss of reality here, we could leave this room, slam the door shut, open the door again, and there's a different room here.
Like the room of requirement?
Yeah, it could be something like that.
Okay,
I try it.
Oh, God.
I walk out and I just open and slam the door.
Okay. So you do see there's a door west of you, as well as several doors along the hallway east of you. As well as the door that you're at.
I go to the one we passed. So the one on the east.
Okay. And yes, there's a door there.
Like, is it right in front of where I am right now? I can't really see doors with the blackout.
Yeah, sorry. It blacked it out too good. Yes, it's right there in front of you.
Okay, so I open it, and then I close it, and I open it again. Is it the same room?
Yes, it is. Let's see. You open it.
Okay, so it's opened.
In that brief moment that you opened it,
Mm-hmm.
said this room contains a battered wooden mannequin and a weapon rack holding staffs and daggers, all lit by indigo-tinted light streaming through a window. The floor is stained and scorched. At the far end of the room, a broom hovers in the air, sweeping the floor by itself.
Okay, I was going to open it again to see if it was the same room, but I open it, close it, and I kind of like don't want to open it again. And I look around and I kind of yell back to the group and I say, guys, has anyone heard of the story Fantasia?
Can't say I have.
I don't read those kind of books.
I definitely do. I definitely know what
Artemisia goes out of the room to see what's going on.
By this time, Nemesis doubles have disappeared.
Damn it, I liked my little my like squad. Alright, I will also go. I'll actually be more curious this time.
I kind of back
know
away.
what he's referring to. I want to see.
So the
I
leaf,
say,
the leaf there is a broom that is sweeping the floor.
Oh, okay. And I just kind of hint them. I tell them there's I don't know if there's an invisible lady cleaning up in there, or if there's just a mop doing its own thing, but something that I don't know is going on.
This appears to be the same magic we've encountered twice already before now. Inanimate objects just behaving as if they have a life of their own.
And I get frustrated, and I just kind of like put my hand on my hip and gesture like, yeah, this guy, he's already saying it's normal. I don't do magic.
Okay, hold up. Who even are you people? Because now, like, I've now seen, like, the little guy, he, like, hit the book monster with a big stick, and then, like, the little lady is also doing magic, but, like, better, and, like, actually probably being productive with it, and then, like, you are making the funny jokes. Who,
That's what I do.
why, we haven't even, like, been introduced or anything, and now we're fighting stuff, and there's brooms doing things. I'm very confused, and I would like to go home now.
True, this is a little unusual. Usually I introduce myself before taking somebody on a trip to another dimension.
Yes, very rude.
I say, hey, you came here.
Okay, not by choice.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I know
This
you
is
did.
100% my choice. Yeah. Fen apologizes. He says, "Oh, my apologies. I got excited at all the portals and the book monsters. Oh, yes. My name is Fennel Farfoot. Please call me Fen. We just kind of met each other not that long ago either, so it's all new friends. What's your name?"
Right. Nemesine, but you can call me Nem if that's easier. Little man, and I'm like bending over. She's like 5'4". She's gonna bend a little bit, and, like shakes your hand. Right. Okay. So, Fen.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And then she'll point like one, like claw at Artemisia. And you, other magic type lady. Yeah.
Okay,
your
I
name.
am Artemisia. I'm a wood gnome who left home to sate her thirst for intellectual inquiry.
So you're the brains of this operation.
Brains
Yeah.
might be a strong word. I prefer to think of myself as the uh, voice of sober second opinion.
Right.
Also, whenever we get into trouble, it's all her idea. Definitely the brain.
I would have thought it would have been this guy with the stick, but okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
That's not a compliment.
We got Fen, we got Artemisia. That is hard to say in my accent. Artemisia. Okay. And then she points at you, Jeb, Tanith. And you are again
Tanith Crownshield.
Tanith. That is a very pompous sounding name. Crown Shield.
Crownshield is my clan, the Dwarven Crownshield clan. And Tanith is closer to an elven name. So when my parents were arguing over what to name me, elves, because are more individualistic. So my first name is Elven, but my dwarven father insisted I be named after the clan.
Interesting. So you are half an elf and half a dwarf.
Yes, it's an exceedingly rare combination. For most of my life, I thought I was the only one, and then I heard of another half elf, half dwarf who lived hundreds of years ago. One of the things I wanted to do while in Candlekeep actually was find a book on this individual. He was supposedly a great archmage by the name of Faerun.
I would have like read like half the books in that damn library by now. Would I have heard of this guy?
Roll history.
Good lord.
Isinghar Faerun Ironstar.
I am not rolling with Albert anymore. I don't think I've rolled higher than this whole time. 7 plus my history, I at least have proficiency in, so 11.
Yeah, the name just kind of is a muddle in the filing cabinet of your brain.
It's like it's right on the tip of my tongue. No, it's gone. Interesting. So you guys just
I look
like
at Tanner.
jump into portals. Like, is this like a common thing for you? Do you usually fight book monsters? Like,
How could I not? I mean, I wouldn't say it's normal, but I mean, how novel? A door without a frame.
Inspiration point for the pun. I like that.
Oh, jeez.
oh no.
We fought some animated toy soldiers before we came to Candlekeep, so it seems like this is connected. There's somebody's using magic to animate. Excuse me, seemingly inanimate objects and giving them a life of their own.
And
You
at
thought it's
the
awkward?
moment, Fenn realizes that, in this room, he saw a broom, whisking back and forth on the floor. I can't remember if
And I could be like,
the rest of you that.
I think I brought it up, but then I was halfway through telling it, and then got distracted by the introductions. But then I say, okay, now that we know who we are, there's like a thing in here, just on the other side of this door, that I think, I mean, I definitely want to check out. But based on the other guy, I don't know if we should check out. You know what I'm saying? It's like cool, but like maybe bash it with my stick again cool.
I think maybe we should just leave that broom
Yeah.
alone to do its business.
Yeah, he's not hurting anyone. He's not pushing shelves over on people.
Are you sure it's like a stick with stuff on the bottom? No? Okay, we can move on.
It is pretty fascinating, Fen, I'll give you that. But I don't think we should interfere with what it's doing.
So what
Okay.
to do? There is a door.
What's the next door?
There's a door
There's
to
one on the
the
other
west
side,
of
right?
you, and there's
It's
a door, a staircase, and 2 or 3 more doors east of you.
I guess let's just check the next door if that's okay with you guys. I'm not sure where.
This I kind of like walk this way, and I say this way, and then I gesture past you, Kenneth, or that way.
Is there a door over to the west of us?
Yeah, there's 1 door west of you, and several doors east of you.
Oh, we might as well check the one over here, and then everything else is just that way.
Okay. Oops.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be polite. I knock on the door, and then I open it. Hello. Sorry to interrupt.
Housekeeping.
You've opened the door to a semicircular patio, paved with gray flagstones, lit by, you can see through the windows, that it is lit by the swirling indigo miasma that is around the mansion.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask, is what are we looking over? And it's probably nothing, right? Like, so this mansion itself is like the dimension.
Mm-hmm. You look a little bit out the windows, and you don't see any sense of ground or sky or anything like that. It's just a void all around it.
Is
I get nauseous.
Roll a Constitution, Fen.
Okay. Ooh, that's like 18.
Oh, you're feeling fine. Yeah.
Awesome. I kind of feel dizzy, and I'm like, I can't look at this stuff, and I walk back out.
Mhm.
I don't know, up and down back there. Let's stay away from that. Let's just stay inside from now on.
I'm not quite sure what would happen if we tried to leave this mansion, but I have 2 theories. Either we would be leaving this plane of existence and go to another one, hopefully the one we came from, but maybe some random one, which would be much worse. Or even worse, we'd leave the mansion and simply be lost in a void that is not really any dimension.
Yeah.
But we could play Limbo forever.
Yay. No.
The eternal game of limbo where everyone loses.
Yes, until a few weeks elapse, until the equivalent of a few days pass and we die from dehydration,
Yeah.
depending on our specific species' physiology.
Yeah.
And that's best case scenario if this plane is merciful.
Yeah.
Perhaps we would never die here, which could be even worse, just floating in
Oh,
oblivion.
most definitely.
Purgatory.
Okay, so like I said, there are doors east of you down the hallway, as well as a staircase going up.
I go to Nem and I ask her if she knows where the kitchen might be.
If I know where the kitchen is?
Yeah, where's the kitchen? You kind of know about this place, right?
No, not even a little bit. I'm here to get Matreus
And then I
and
kinda
take
just be
him
like,
back
well-
to my library.
He's gonna go and try to look for ice to eat. Is this a door? No, that's not a door.
Yeah,
Unless-
there
Are
is
you
a door.
talking to
There's,
yourself?
I have no idea what doors are anymore.
there is a door there, yes.
I open the door and I say, "Is this a kitchen?"
Mhm.
The entire far wall of this room is the floor-to-ceiling bookshelf. Even more books are resting on several large scarlet armchairs and small wooden tables, and there are several paintings on the wall. A fluffy black cat is curled up on one of the chairs. Let's find a little
I
cat
say, "Oh, that's
back
not a
there.
kitchen, but there's a kitty cat." And I go in and I investigate the kitty cat.
Well, careful, Fen. Nothing is what it seems here.
I would also like to
Yes.
investigate the kitty cat.
You know what?
I
roll
will
for
follow
animal
along
handling.
as per usual because I fancy myself the voice of sober second thought.
The icon I'm using is not indicative of how aggressive the creature is.
Okay.
Okay. But it could be.
In my experience, black cats are always obnoxious. I have 3 of them. Experience. They're the worst.
I reach out for the cat.
Okay. And the cat gives a purr and sniffs your fingers a little bit. And gives a little questionable purr. Go ahead and roll animal handling to see if the cat likes you or not.
Okay. What is my animal handling? I'm pretty sure that's a wisdom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom, yeah.
So I got a 15.
And the cat, jumps down off of the chair and starts to purr around Fen's legs. It's very interested in your furry feet and is sniffing but it's got its how cats do the thing where they arch their back and their tail curls as it presses up against Fen and continues to.
I laugh at it and I kind of put my hands on my hips and I say, "I can assure you this one is not made of books."
Looks like you've made a new friend.
Yep. Can I roll for animal handling as well?
You could, yeah.
Okay, let's see what this gets me. Oh, it's a 7, so that's an 8. I'm guessing the cat doesn't much like me.
Yeah, the cat looks at Armesia, but ducks back behind Fen and is kind of curling around in his legs.
I have never seen a cat this close before. Can I reach out tentatively to touch it? It's so fuzzy.
I kind of look around the room to see what if there's any food for the cat. I want to see if it's being taken care of.
The cat does look, healthy, like it's been fed regularly. But really, this room is full of books and
Okay.
and paintings. Not much
I
else.
would like to start looking through the books. Is
Uh,
there anything interesting?
Okay. Neoscene, you start to look through the books. And the longer you spend, you come across some books that are fairly interesting. You do notice that as you look through the books that almost all of them were written by someone named Festandia. And you start to read about her as a powerful mage and a priest of Mistra.
Can I roll for Arcana to like divine the nature of this person?
This is her mansion, right?
Yes. Yeah, so what exactly are you trying to find out?
What is her significance? Like, what's her background? Like, just a short like biography of her and
Sure.
why she's important.
You can do that by just reading some of the books. As
Okay,
Nemesis
we'll do that
is.
then.
Yeah. You come across what looks to be her memoirs, and you start to page through. You learn about that in exchange for her service and achievements in expanding the arts of magic, Mr. granted Festanda a permanent extra-dimensional mansion for her to reside in while studying in Candlekeep. You also find out that, fearful that a guest might become trapped in the mansion, wink wink, Festandia has hid the command word to open the portal on the spines of 7 books throughout the mansion.
The R book we found.
Yep.
Look for other books like that.
Did you ever show everyone the R book you found, or did you keep?
I'll pull it out now just to show everybody again if people didn't see it before.
Okay, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah, this book stood out to me, so I grabbed it. The other ones all had long titles, and this one just had R written on it.
Part of a basketball.
Reminds me of that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
They said 7, so we know it's 7 letters, and one of them is R.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You do go ahead and roll a investigation check.
We all roll?
Yeah, you're all.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's Artemisia and Nemesis that are mostly looking through the books.
Yeah. Okay. I'll roll for investigation then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 17.
I got a 14.
Okay, both
Investigation
of you
is
notice
int.
something.
16.
Artemisia, you notice that amongst all the books on the shelves, once again, most of them have long titles, but one has, once again, a single letter, the letter I, on it. Nemesis.
Okay, I pick up that book.
Okay.
That is probably significant in some way.
And Nemesis, you notice that along the floorboards in front of the left bookshelf, that there are scrapes on the floor.
Along the wall by the bookshelf, you said?
On the floor in front of the left bookshelf.
Like it scrapes as if like it swings out?
That's what you would guess, yes.
Oh, I used to read about these in like my adventure books. Okay, so I start like pulling the books off the shelf to see if any of them trigger the like tipping them back.
And sure enough, the bookcase starts to swing out toward you.
Haha!
Oh, good work.
I think I'm getting the hang of this adventure
Excellent.
thing.
I could have probably just moved it.
So Yes, you do see a doorway behind that left bookshelf.
I look at the cat and I say, "Do you trust this?"
The cat is, sitting on its back, looking up at Fenn, and just a little bit oblivious to the fact that this wall has just opened.
We
He
should,
doesn't seem concerned.
Cat.
we should definitely take this journal or whatever it is with us. The one that explains how to get out of here.
Yep, most definitely.
Does it mention anything about helping us sort out which letters come before the other letters? Is there any way to tell the order? Maybe we could look at the books, the I and the R, and see if there's any indication which book is newer or older.
It's like an escape room. Literally.
Yeah.
I hope it's not an acronym.
Oh, but that would be kind of fun if it was.
Yep.
Huh.
So is anyone going in there? I could. No, me? Is it me again?
Is that not your job? Is to be like the first guy? You're
I mean,
going to
it's
argue
not my
you're the
job.
brains. You're the first guy, and then Tanith is the joke guy. That's your dynamic, right?
And then I'm
Fenn plucks
trailing
his
in the
collar.
rear, somewhat reluctantly.
Fenn plucks his collar rather smugly and says, "I'm the first guy," and walks right in.
Okay.
Good pep talk.
She just shakes her head.
And what is revealed
Wow.
is a staircase going down into a cellar. Right away, Fenn, as you get into that area, a heavy chemical and burning kind of smell hits your nose, and hits you pretty hard.
Like, Constitution test hard, or just
No,
like, wow,
no.
wait, that's a stink.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's quite a smell.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, plug your nose. It reeks.
Oh, good.
And
Lovely.
I plug my nose and I descend. Is anyone coming? I mean, I'm
Oh,
the
yeah,
first,
okay.
not the only.
I'll follow.
Artemisia just trails along, puts her fingers around her nose. That here goes nothing.
This is a very familiar smell to me of burning, so let write it all.
Yeah, Nevestine is like, bring it on. I know that.
Yes,
smell.
at this point,
This is nothing.
At this
I've done
point-
way worse.
Artemisia says half jokingly, maybe the tiefling has some insight into this.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let me just do this. Clicky. Okay, and then we can drag our icons down to the bottom area.
I think when it's on the side, we can see the doors a bit better. So there's one at the top, and there's
Yes.
one second to the bottom.
Yeah, there's a door. Yes,
Perfect.
you're right.
Awesome. I kind of guardedly peek through a crack as I open this one. Like,
Okay.
casual safety, but not really cautious.
Mm.
And you notice, Fenn, that as you have entered this area, the cat has not followed you. The cat stayed upstairs.
Perhaps there's some significance to that fact.
There's more hallways, sirs and ma'ams.
Yeah, so there's a
Yay,
small
hallways.
hallway
Yay,
with a door
hallways.
on the end and a door on the south.
There's so many. We're in a maze. We're in a basement maze. I'm lost already. Where am
Oh,
I?
jeez.
Who are you?
Muttering under her breath, Artemisia's like, someone is directionally challenged.
Yeah, he's got issues with object permanence.
Yeah, evidently.
Are you calling me an infant?
Okay, so yes,
Which
there's
door
the
should we take, guys?
door east and the door south.
Why don't you pick first, guy? But I don't see what's wrong with that door going south.
Let's go south. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. Odd choice of idiom, but hey, let's go with it.
Okay. Do you just open it, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'm opening it. I'm not even casual this time. It's all hallways. Oh, wow!
See, I told you going south was a good idea.
This dark stone-walled room contains only a few objects. A 5-foot diameter circle of intricate runes.
I love runes.
I'm trying.
Hey, runes.
I'm going to be looking at those.
There's more here to it, though. Hold on, don't walk too far in.
Oh, okay.
There's an intricate rooms. There's an empty wooden book stand opposite the door, and bronze braziers at the other 3 cardinal points of the circle. Whatever material they contained has long ago burned to cinders, but the room still smells of charcoal and sulfur.
That's the origin of...
Sitting next to the bookstand is a warty toad.
Wow!
I'll put the little toad. Let's see what. Here's a toad type icon. It's a little toad.
That does not resemble any toad I know of.
Looking at it, I don't touch it or reach out to it, but I like squat down and I like really look at it.
And the toad. Oh, it lashes out at you, Fen, but it misses.
Oh my god! And I stumble back. This guy's a little violent. But I kind of laugh, like you get caught by surprise by something that has no right being surprising, and I'm looking at everyone like, did you see that really crazy toad? I don't know if he's angry.
Did we see it, or are we like, yeah, okay, bud?
Yeah, you would have seen.
Could just be defending his territory. Are toads territorial creatures? I'm not enough of a zoologist to tell.
This one is. Let's roll initiative.
Dear God.
Oh dear.
Did the toad try to give you some tongue? He didn't even didn't even take you for dinner first.
I got
That
a
was an
10.
exceptionally bad pun.
Okay, so
I should get points for the worst puns.
Yes,
Nemesis,
19.
what did you get?
How do I look
5. Even
my
rolling
window?
in D&D Beyond is not helping me.
Ouch.
nat
Tana.
1! No!
One.
Ah,
Wow, I thought 7 was going to be bad, but it might still end up being first.
Artemisia.
Oh, I rolled a 19. You're not going to be first.
Woo.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Artemisia, you definitely go first.
All right. Since toads are amphibious, and their skin is absorptive, I'm going to hit it with let me see here.
Salt.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any salt handy, so I'm going to have to use the next best thing, which is acid splash.
Okay.
So that's
a
DC dex save of 13.
And it saves. It manages to hop out of the way.
Of course, just my luck.
Yeah.
Does it take
Anything
half
else you
damage on a
want?
fail?
Not
let
on
me
the
see.
cantrip.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do anything else in your turn, though?
No, I think I'll end it there.
Okay. Then we go to the toad. The toad hops. Oh, whoops! I did it again. Grabbed the wrong thing. The toad hops toward Tanith.
Oh no. I was going to be your friend.
Oh, the
Didn't
toad
want to
does
attack.
Evidently, you
something.
misread the situation.
So actually, it doesn't hop toward Tanith. It does something very peculiar for a toad. It seems to look right into Tanith's eyes.
It's not a toad.
And Tanith, you need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least I'm good at wisdom, actually. So I. Oh, okay, 11, and then I add my wisdom mod plus 3, so that's 14, and I have proficiency in it, so 2 more, so 16.
Okay. So you managed to avert your eyes, but it definitely was a strange sensation from a toad. Next
I've never
up,
had such a sensation from a toad
exactly.
before.
Next up is Fen.
Oh, shoot. Not sure what to do with him. I feel like he's not being particularly... I haven't witnessed him be particularly dangerous yet, so I don't really know what to do. But I kind of get closer, kind of like... I saw people already try to attack it, so I kind of put myself between, and I ready an attack for if it becomes
Aggressive.
hostile.
All right. Then Nemesine.
Well, first guy isn't making a move. So I will also hold. I'm at the back of the room. Like, why are we freaking out about a frog? I'm gonna kind of come around the side here by Feb and like look, I guess, over him. I don't have to look around him. He's shorter than me.
Sure. Tanith.
I am gonna. Can I tell that when that frog or toad looked into my eyes, it was trying to do something to me? I don't think it's a toad. Maybe we shouldn't kill it.
So what do you want to do with your action?
I'm gonna move back and try to talk everybody out of fighting. I guess I'm gonna say, wait. If this actually is a toad, it's probably what's her name? Fanta something. It's the owner of this mansion's familiar. Festandia, just like the cat. She probably has familiars all over the place.
This one's just cranky.
Probably won't care for it too much if we go around killing her familiars.
Yes. Act upon reflection may be a wise decision.
Maybe we can just, if we leave, I bet the toad won't follow us.
Certainly worth a try.
Back away slowly. Don't make eye contact.
So what does Nemesine sorry, it would be Artemisia. Artemisia is backed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's backing
my
away
turn, I
slowly.
suppose.
The creature then looks at Fen, but as much as it's just kind of staring at you, you don't feel the same sort of need to react like Tanith did. It just kinda looks at you and I'm not sure how to express how a toad would look. It looks at you all like warty,
He looked at me wardily. Sounds like a high school novel.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a bad fanfic.
He looked at me wardily.
An exceptionally bad novel at that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the books he found on the shelf.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
So he looks at me, and that's his turn, and then it's my turn. So I'm figuring out what I do as a response to that.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I kind of hold my quarterstaff back, and I upraise my hand, and I take one step back,
Okay.
keeping my eyes on him.
Submit to the frog.
Like, nope, no harm, no foul.
Avert your eyes.
Nemesine?
Like, oh, come on, you guys. He's just a frog, and I will go over and try to pick him up.
Oh no.
Roll.
God knows karate.
Roll strength for athletics for grapple.
Oh, good.
Sir, what did you roll?
11.
Well, it manages because I rolled an 11 too, so my 11 would beat your 11.
Yeah.
As much as you get your hands on it, it's kind of slimy and squirmy, and it manages to flop out of your hands.
Whoa. Like,
Oh,
I didn't
Stubborn
expect
little bugger.
slimy.
Tanith?
All right. Well, I'm gonna stand here and wait for everybody else to leave, I guess. Come on.
Yeah.
I think we should just
I'm gonna exit stage left as well.
Okay.
I do that.
Artemisia's turn.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, exiting stage left.
Right. Then the creature. It looks once again at Nemesine. It ducks around behind the book stand and disappears.
All right, fine then. Be that way. Oh, did you say there's a book stand?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're looking at books now.
Yeah, we could.
Are there any books on toads?
I'm pretty sure whatever we encountered wasn't actually a toad.
No, not the
Are
way
there
it
any-
looked into my eyes.
Are there any books on looking like toads?
It was something in the guise of a toad.
You look on the book stand and it is empty. There are no books on it, under it, etc.
Are there more scratches on the floor? Does this thing move?
You do not see anything of the
All right.
sort.
Lame.
Dude, does anybody have any way to light fires? I'm wondering what happens if we light up these.
Don't ask me if I can light fire.
Well, I do.
I got a
it's just not
torch.
very precise or efficient.
I have a
Yeah, I
torch.
can cast firebolt, but
Okay. Out of curiosity, let's light up these. What are they called? Braziers or something?
Brazier.
Brazier?
can I do something to light these things
Let's
up
light the
that
braziers.
doesn't involve me casting a
Burning
giant firebolt?
I'll just light up my torch.
Okay,
Yeah, that
that
works.
works.
Yeah. And I'm right in the middle, so I just kind of go in a circle, lighting right, center, top, and then left.
Okay, so you stick your torch in each of them.
And I just realized I'm in the middle of the circle, but whatever, it's okay. That doesn't matter.
Bad could ever happen.
That seems like a fun thing to do anyway.
As they're all lit by the door, the toad appears.
Oh dear.
And it makes a sound which is definitely not a regular toad sound. a little bit of a cackle.
Toad is alive.
A little.
No. Now it's mocking us.
And it leaps at Fen.
Oh
and
dear.
attacks.
Oh god.
Oh wow. Okay. So is this the same initiative? Initiative?
Yeah. It misses though. It leapt. Actually, it would get an advantage because it was hiding. So,
Okay. Sweet.
And that one it does hit.
Okay. Owie. Okay. Owie.
So you take 6 damage.
Oh.
Damn.
And as it claws into you, you can feel poison from its claws digging into you. You need to roll.
As a stout halfling, I have advantage on poison saves, and I'm resistant to poison damage.
Okay, nice. Ooh. So you get to roll 2 Constitution saving throws and see if you.
Oh! Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So you will get a quarter. So you would take. Let's see. You take 1 poison damage.
On top of the 6.
On top of the 6 piercing, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. After the creature goes Artemisia. No, sorry.
Okay.
Wrong no, Fen gets
rolled a 19.
It's mine?
Oh.
Yeah, it's Fen.
Oh, it's mine. Okay. So does reckless attack need rage?
Yep. I think so.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Hold on, I've got a barbarian on D&D Beyond. I will.
You can throw saddle concern in or defense. No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Not
it
rules
might
as
be
written.
more frenzy. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to use rage. I'm just going to attack him. And I got 14. I got 18. Hopefully this guy doesn't have a crazy high AC.
He doesn't. So yeah, you
Okay,
definitely hit him.
Okay, and I hit him for 5. I hit him 5 damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Ouch. It once again lets out a very untoad-like sound, like.
I think I chuckle as I hit him.
What if that's the old guy we're looking for?
He's just messing with us.
Yes. That is one eventuality we should have perhaps considered.
Or he got hit by some trap or something and got turned into a toad, and he's like trying.
And then chose violence, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as a barbarian, I'm not thinking that far ahead. But even so, as a barbarian, I'm thinking he hit me, so I have my right to hit him.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Barbarians don't do forward planning.
Only forward momentum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Go ahead, Nemesine.
Okay, well now this frog clearly means business, so I will attempt a ray of frost. Here we go.
Frostin'.
Roll in that D100. I rolled a 97, so nope, still don't cast it.
Oh boy, what
Let's
do
see
you
what
cast?
happens instead. $97 again. Okay, we get. I am surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
Oh, nice.
That's exactly what we need in this situation.
My head out, like, it's just like.
Are we sure we're not playing Inception?
Pretty sure. Not 100% though.
Yeah. Okay, so I would assume the others hear that sound too. That
I would, yeah, it
there's
doesn't say I don't.
yeah. So all of a sudden, instead of Nemesine is concentrating so hard trying to get frost to come from her fingertips, but instead music erupts all around her, but it's quite calming. It's like a fantasy version of smooth jazz kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How
Or
does
the
how does
ASMR beats you
The
can
old
find on
Kenny B.
YouTube.
Like on Soprano Sax.
how does the toad react?
The toad starts like jazz hands and snapping his fingers.
Steve.
doing
I mean,
the
I want
Charles-
to beat him up, but this toad is cool in my books. As much as I want to beat him up, I hope he doesn't have hard feelings after this.
Yeah, Tanith, go ahead.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I guess it's on now with the toad, so I'm not going to hold back anymore. How does using a ranged attack or something work? One of
So-
Is my place in this turn order again?
You're
don't
at
think
the
I've gone
top,
yet.
but yeah, because of some things that happened. Tanith, so when you're within 5 feet, range attack is at disadvantage.
Oh, instead I'll try to hit him with my warhammer then.
Okay.
13.
You hit.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
It's a toad. I can't expect him to have a high AC.
4 damage.
And your warhammer just comes down and splat. The toad is crushed, and toad, not necessarily toad guts. Many of you, I don't think any of you are biologists.
Probably read an
Although I
anatomy
have
somewhere
dissected
along the way.
frogs before.
Oh, you have. So,
Yeah, I have.
Artemisia, you would recognize that some of these parts are definitely not toad parts.
Yes. Not sure what check I'd rolled for to determine what manner of creature it is or construct.
Nature, probably.
Okay, I'll roll for nature and see if I can determine, well, the nature of this thing, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Oh, 12
And I kind of
plus
like look at the
15, what
remnants.
is it? It's +3, so that's 15.
So you determine that this is not a true toad. That there were things about it that were very untoad-like. You think back to some research that you've done, and you believe that this was actually some sort of a shape-changing creature that somehow appeared here. Right now, it's
casually
Oh,
all
say,
over the floor. So
Yes.
yes,
We
I
have just
casually
made an
say that they're probably
holy
all in
mess.
hard feelings.
Of something that may well be the sorceress's or wizardess's familiar.
I didn't want it to have to come to this, but that toad was very aggressive and also
Or did I?
Do you guys hear that music? Or is that just me?
Yeah, we got distracted by the killing of the toad, but that was pretty cool. Did you do that? That's it might get stuck in my head later.
I mean, I didn't mean to do that, but cool.
Hey,
it made me
hey,
feel
don't,
like a real.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say don't downplay your abilities. That's don't own it.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great for morale. I felt like a real superhero with my own soundtrack there for a second.
Yeah, whoops, I multi-classed to be Bard.
all right, so how about we end it there for the night? You guys
Seems fair.
went in a slightly different direction, literally, than I thought you were going to go. But that's all good. So, if anyone is watching or whatever, or you're checking this out on YouTube later, then thank you for doing so. We will be continuing, I believe, in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? Is
for
that right?
part
This
2.
this actually reminds me of my Starfinder campaign where things went completely off the rails and we like totally departed from the intended plot.
If you do that, it might drive me insane, but let's give it a shot.
I believe it.
Hey, man, if there's a door, I'm going in it.
Yeah, there you go. So come see us again in a couple weeks, and thanks for sticking around, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.